anything.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Frolfcenter. It's the 9th of September. I'm Austin. As always, Adam.
What's up? It's already September.
Yeah, it's already September, and I'm about done with the heat, to be honest with you, though. But hey, just want to give a shout out to OTB Discs. They are new to Atlanta, and I like the things they got going. They just got a fresh stack of Marweed and Sexton Firebirds. Hit them up. They want all your unwanted frisbees.
Yeah, they're trying to get a bunch of used stuff. So if you've got some $5 chuck it stuff, they're definitely into that. Hey, real quick, if you're an in-town person, an ADGO person, somebody who plays disc golf in Atlanta, you know Johnny Avery and his wife Melissa Avery. They do a ton of stuff. They're in charge of the in-town disc golf club. They keep the trees happy and healthy at Parkerson Park. They're leaving. They're moving. And so this Sunday, the last Sunday service for those two, they have done a huge service to Atlanta. So if you've ever wanted to go play Sunday service, they're going to have a BYOB barbecue kind of thing going on. Go to that. Also, we're doing a giveaway. I've got one of these Boomtown Trespasses, like the Murdered Out Red on Red. If you want to win that, in the comments tonight, give me your best recommendation for Charleston, South Carolina, because I'm going there this weekend. And wherever I get the drunkest, I will give that person the trespass. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, tonight's guests come to us from OTB Discs. You know them from basically doing everything in disc golf nowadays. They're not only a retailer, but they're doing a lot of video content. They have a whole podcast network. They're one of the first people to really understand the fact that disc golfers want to have an idea of how flat, firm, grippy a disc is before you get it. They kind of pioneered that. So it's Aaron Rowley and Danny Corbett from OTB Discs. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys?
Get you on the
What's
big
up, gentlemen?
there. How are you?
Thanks for coming on, boys.
Got to make one quick adjustment, though.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Got to do it.
Be careful. The Brody dudes are going to clown the hell out of you for that. You're going to hear a lot about it.
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
We're in your house. We're going to play by your rules.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
I love it.
for the show is what it is.
Hey, dude, it's the brown M&Ms thing. We go back to this every time.
Yeah. It's basically we're vetting people. If you show up with sunglasses, we're like, okay, we know how this is going to go. If you show up without sunglasses, we're kind of like, let's tread lightly for the first 15 minutes or so.
Your shirt would fit here because we like the crazy shirts.
It's true.
Yeah, for sure. I like both of those shirts are fantastic, by the way.
I wish I would have worn a freaking cooler shirt now.
Yeah, I know. What is that? Like your Prodigy team issue there?
Nah, it's just a free shirt. Hey, so Danny, the founder of OTB, Aaron, director of propaganda.
That's correct.
How did you guys first get into disc golf? First and foremost,
You take it.
I started at a baseball, college ball. Was playing an adult league baseball thing, and then some friends were like, "Come play disc golf." So we went and played after a round, and I was so bad. I started playing left-handed halfway through the round.
Oh God.
And then I don't know, it just kind of stuck and played every day for 4 or 5 years.
Nice. Do you remember what the first discs were?
I actually had a bunch of good discs. I used to work at Played Against Sports, so I had discs before I even started playing. So I had like a Big Bird Rock 3, the Star Katana, I think I had a FD, a C-Line FD.
No Franklin Albatrosses for you, sure?
No, I had good discs right off the get.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got lucky, and my pops plays. So I got started early, probably 7 or 8 years old. I think the first disc that was ever truly mine was an old white DX Gazelle with a blue stamp, 172. I still miss old girl. She was a good flyer, but yeah. So I got started real young. Took a little bit of time off, here and there, but it's easy to fall right back in.
Oh yeah, it's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike with a lot of craft beer.
A lot of craft beer and a lot of missed putts. It'd be like you mispark your bike every once in a while.
It falls over when you put the kickstand up.
Yeah.
When was the most recent round for both of you? Where did you play? What discs are you relying on now?
Man, Firebird's been my go-to for many years. We actually just filmed, I don't know if you guys are fantasy football guys, but we just filmed a fantasy disc draft where we went through and we picked molds. And if I pick a Firebird, the other guys can't use a Firebird. Same thing with Destroyer, so on and so forth. Cool concept, we thought. Anyways, we'll see if it flops. But So we filmed that, and Firebird is my go-to. That was my number one pick.
My number one pick was the Flare, so the same
idea.
Same idea.
Overstable, make it do stupid stuff disc.
Yeah,
It's windy out here,
we got wind, and we're both like forehand and backhand guys, so it works real well.
Where are you guys from? Sorry, we didn't ask that.
California.
Okay, OTB is based in Sacramento.
Stockton.
Yeah, Stockton. We're just a little south of Sac.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Nice. It reminds me when you guys said disc draft. I'm in a disc fantasy football league here in Atlanta where entry is one premium disc.
Nice.
At the end of the thing, you do a round with everybody where you throw 6 discs in and you draft for the round you play.
Oh, that's sick.
You can bring like dirt discs. Like I'll bring like a Beat 140 Polecat. Be like, here, do something with this.
That's perfect.
Stuff like that. But and then the loser though of the fantasy football league has to play the entire round putting it all with a groove, like a champ 175 stiff groove.
Those are hard to find now.
Oh yeah, I know.
A little bit.
Everything's hard to find now.
True.
Right?
It's true.
Isn't that true?
Nope,
Who's
we
the
know that
easiest? Yeah, who's the easiest to still find stuff from?
Everybody's doing it a little bit differently. Like Innova still has a decent chunk of their lineup, but we're limited on total quantity of discs that we can get each month. Some of the other companies are rolling out where they're only able to manufacture, 4, 5, 6 molds at a time, and that's what we've got available whenever they drop them. Other ones are sending just basically like a mystery box almost. You have some idea what you're going to get, but basically whatever they're producing, they know we're going to want, and so they're just going to send us that.
Yeah, except for the Halo Polecat because they know we want it, but they won't produce it.
Yeah.
We tried really hard to get that as like the fundraiser disc for the OTB Open.
It would have been the fundraiser disc for everything. I mean, PDA Ramen would have bought 1,200 of them.
Also, I want a Halo Skeeter. So
a Halo Skeeter would be pretty dope.
I'm on the Skeeter train now.
I think a Halo Dart would be pretty cool.
So Danny, how long were you playing disc golf before you realized like, hey, I want to make this more of my life? Like I want to depend on disc golf a little bit.
It was, this started in 2014, so probably, I guess, 20 years because I started like 94-ish. But it was a good 5 years after I graduated college, and I was doing accounting, doing bookkeeping for local clients, and just kind of started this almost as like a side hustle and passion project. And really kind of the origin was, let's get the local scene a little bit better variety and supply. And when we're setting up at tournaments, instead of just getting a stack of discs that's random, all with the tournament stamp, I'm like, let's get, a good selection of grip, and everybody can get whatever they want. So that's basically where it started. But yeah, 20 years to really answer the question.
Yeah, 20 years. And what was your rating? Do you know what your rating would have been at the time? There wasn't even a rating. What was your rating when you decided like, hey, I'm never going to go pro. I'm like stuck at 878. Yeah. Let me start let me start something else. Like what? Yeah.
I was probably somewhere in the like 950, 960 range.
Okay.
Right.
You were shredding. Yeah, you were shredding.
Yeah, not great, but not terrible.
Yeah, you're know enough to be dangerous, kind of thing.
You have the ability to lay down 1,000 rated round, though.
We have a lot of 970 to 980 rated golfers that work here.
True.
Oh, nice. That's
rated beer drinker, though.
1,000 rated beer drinker for sure.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And Aaron, how about you? Like when disc golf got serious in your life, like how long have you been playing?
Real quick. I needed a competitive outlet, so once I got into disc golf, I'd be practicing 5 hours a day. So I went from college baseball to like adult league baseball, and there was like a void in my life for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I just dove headfirst into disc golf, and I don't know, started playing a lot, got my rating kind of up there. And then I was like, my body can't really handle the practice that it takes to be this good. Mm-hmm. And then Danny came knocking, and I was like, yeah, that sounds fun.
I want to do that.
If y'all get to play competitively these days, what are you playing, MA1 or MPO?
MPO.
Yeah, MPO for both of us.
Good for you. We have a problem in Atlanta that nobody wants to go to MPO ever.
We have the same problem too, but we decided to be part of the solution, and we bumped immediately. Yeah.
I didn't bump too early. I bumped at the right time.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. No regrets. No regrets. So for the folks who don't know OTB, I know OTB originally. My introduction was, hey, they're going to tell you how flat it is, how stiff it is. They're going to show you a picture of every disc. You were the first people I saw doing that, and I think you might have been the first really to do it. Can you tell people the story of OTB, how you got to that point where you made that change? I think that was probably a big change for you guys.
Yeah.
and where it went from there. Like, you guys have blossomed. You do everything in disc golf now. So
Yeah, one of the things that we say is we just kind of don't say no to a lot of things. Like, hey, do you want to sponsor us? Like, yep, yeah, why not?
It gets us in trouble every now and then, though.
It does, but that's all right. Late night decision, sometimes not saying no, also not a great call, but that's a side note. Yeah, so let's see. We started 2014. It was all pretty much local. 2016, late 2016, started the website. And I think, honestly, it was relatively quickly that I incorporated the flatness, stiffness. For me, I think where that originated was I like a flat, stiff Firebird. Like, those are the beefy ones, looking for that. And it's something that I care a lot about. And when I started to sell more discs in person and people are like, what should I throw? Like, dude, throw something that feels good in your hand, something that gives you confidence. And as long as it's not crazy overstable or understable, you'll probably like it. Find a use, but something that feels good in the hand is so important. So yeah, how can we describe that? How can we get the disc like basically in your hand, even though you're forced, or you're shopping online right now, whether forced to or not. And so, yeah, it started from there. And then I think we eventually added scaled weight, and we're still looking for ways to keep kind of improving that model. We're definitely slower at loading discs than people that don't take individual pictures or don't list flatness, stiffness, or scaled weight. Like, we recognize it's a slower process and we might not have the same turnover that everybody does, or we just need to hire more people. And that's been our short-term solution.
Yeah, I think individual disc pictures is kind of the new gold standard. I think there's a few.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised Innova doesn't do it yet. I get it. There's too many. There's just too many. But sometimes you're like on the Innova website, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get an orange one. What's the orange one look like? You can't even find a picture of an orange one, let alone the one, right? Yeah. Awesome. And OTB blossomed from a retail shop into this media piece too, right?
Sure, a little bit. And that's,
a little bit.
I think that's more your forte in doing than mine.
Me and Stanley. I mean, we have a multi-headed monster that takes care of some stuff. Greg's doing really good hosting. We got 3 podcasts that come out of here, with maybe a 4th one coming soon. So
nice. Any deets on the 4th one? You can any spoilers?
I don't know. There's some people here that want to hop on the mics.
True.
So
okay, gotcha.
We're trying to like branch out, get some more people doing it. Because right now I'm on all 3 of ours.
Okay,
yeah,
you're just
a little annoying.
You're the voice.
Yeah. And then Danny's on 2 of them. Mm-hmm. He's on Jamming with the Best, and Hey, It's a Disc Golf News podcast, which we've been slacking on a little bit.
Dude, it's been hard to find time. Like, I'm sure you guys feel it too, where sometimes it's like just really tough to fit another pod into the schedule. Getting that like regiment of like you guys every Thursday, right? It helps a lot. Of like, I know Thursday evening I'm doing this.
Right. And we used to be like a Tuesday prep, Wednesday off, Thursday on, and then we kind of moved this Thursday like start earlier thing, and then this is the time we're all trying to play more too. Like, lights going away. Yeah. So it's like we're all just like, oh man, we're gonna get out there and play, and that's I think for a lot of folks never shut off that I want to go play, and it that's tough. Mm-hmm. That's the toughest thing to meter in disc golf, is to say, oh, I got to go take these pictures. Like, you know what I mean? I took my camera to the course the other day. I wasn't even pumped. I was like, I just want to throw. But
what do you? I got questions for you guys now. What do you guys do besides this? Like, what's your main gig?
We sell. Oh, you mean personally day jobs?
Yeah. Day job.
I work for a landscape architecture firm, so we design and install landscape architecture.
You're going to build a course.
Hardscapes.
Yeah.
And they're doing courses.
And we design courses.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. I'm a freelance writer. I just write tabloid Bigfoot stories and crap like that. So
that's so sick.
Nice.
It's sort of sick, but it's not. It's still a job. It's really still a job. It's really still a job. But that's it.
There's huge market for that. I want to talk to you about something potentially after the show. Then I've been looking for more people that know disc golf in and out and that want to write, because I think we could showcase it in a way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, you've got the magazine, you guys have the podcast, and you do what you do, and so it might be conflict of interest or whatever. But the more stuff I think that we can get on our site, as far as like free content that we can put out and stuff that's interesting and showcase writers, I think is a win-win.
Well, yeah, definitely down to talk to you guys about that. I think disc golf's growing, and there needs to be kind of a kind of holding it down version of disc golf too. Not everyone's holding it down. A lot of people are climbing up, and I think there's some folks that need to be holding it down in disc golf.
Keep that floor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd love to. I'll just keep the bottom of the barrel supported for you guys. I just got it. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's the biggest part. That's the bottom of the pyramid. It's the biggest part.
Oh yeah, that's
Power bottom.
yeah. Is it the speed or the power? Is it the speed or the, yeah? Anyway.
I got a question for you. How do you feel about glide?
Glide. Yeah, I feel like that number is made up every time. You can put 11 on it, and I'm not going to believe you.
How does an AVR and a Firebird have the same amount of glide?
Really? It doesn't. Glide is so arbitrary. It's like completely. Like,
I mean, that kind of makes sense though. An AVR would have the same amount of glide as a Firebird.
Yeah, is that right? Where were you throwing the Firebird? Like off a building? Just dropping it and into like one of those skydive tunnels? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's been a minute since I've thrown either one, but
Fair enough.
Jesus.
How big is OTB? How many employees you guys got?
We
12?
just hired our 12th. Yeah, 11 full-time, 1 part.
Hell yeah.
And it was like we were 3.
And you're still short-staffed or what?
It depends how many discs we're able to get in, you know.
Right.
Any given week we can be fluctuating from well overstaffed or, you know, a little bit scrambling.
Really? Does yeah, man, that the supply chain issues are just fucking nuts right now, right?
It's wild, and
yeah,
we're just like grateful for, you know, the partnerships that we do have and able to get the discs that we do have. I know it's like honestly breaking in as a retailer right now, and it sounds like a great idea, and there's absolutely demand for it there, but it's really tough to try to be a new retailer and picture yourself as Discraft, and you're going, you know, are you accepting new applications? It's tough. I'm just, yeah, again, super grateful that we started when we did and that we are where we are right now in order to be able to still get some plastic, even though it's not nearly what we would like.
I'm sure you guys are more top priority though than other retails though.
I think to some extent, again, everybody's treating it a little bit differently, but there is probably some preferential treatment. I don't know the ins and outs of what everybody's getting, but again, just gratitude.
You guys going to like trade shows and stuff too as a company? Is that where you guys are at?
Haven't yet, and I'm curious. I think until we have products that we're pushing, that would be the having a table part of the trade show. But as far as like going and looking, I'm curious. Like, it's easy enough to see all the manufacturers that are out there, even though some of them, you know, are smaller and just popping up and might be at those trade shows. I guess I'd wonder what products we'd be looking to pick up there, because I'm sure there's something. Like, I bet every show we would go to, we'd probably find something else that we could put on the site that golfers would like. That's not a bad call.
No, just a thought. I know I have friends in the ski industry, and I used to go to that trade show every now and then. It's not even about it. It's like, okay, well, we're going to make this ski, and we're going to make it, and it's going to be an upgraded graphic or whatever it is.
Sure.
But it's really about like handing somebody a beer at 4:30, hoping that the staff at the convention center doesn't yell at you. Like, it's all that weird networking stuff. So that's why I always wondered, like, disc golf doesn't really fit into any of those.
We sort of wanted to, like, we actually posed this idea on Twitter at one point, like having our own, what do we call it?
Convention,
not even really convention. I think we said a
summit.
That
sounded way cooler.
It sounded way cooler than convention, and like just to push the sport forward in like a variety of ways, getting the smartest people in the sport together to talk about things, and in a format sort of like this, even where it's like broadcasted live to everybody, and you have a panel of 5 people answering questions and talking, and
we need Disc Con is what we need.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Frolfcenter. Yeah, anyway.
Frolfcenter.
That would immediate 0% interest. Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well, see,
I like the taboo nature of calling it Frolf.
Yeah, we do.
This is the point. I mean, the point was to weed out the squares before they even got here. That was the whole idea.
I call them Frisbees on purpose.
You failed
now.
because we're here, man.
Yeah.
No, you're not square. That's what I'm saying. That was the whole thing. You're not square.
I know. Self-deprecating.
Yeah.
How far out are you guys? Like, is OTB from making something to be putting in a trade show though?
It's honestly,
or like taking something and rebranding it, or whatever.
Yeah, it's all there, and we'd be stupid to not be thinking about it. But I know that any choice that we make might harm some of the relationships that we already have. Say we get a disc, made by Prodigy, then does Innova look at us differently, for example? And so that's something that we've been weighing out, and we'll see where we go. We've thought about making our own. It's, again, we'd be stupid not to be thinking about it and looking at it. But as far as actually going through and doing something, 2022 is probably a little early.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially everyone's backed up making their own plastic and everything right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Raw materials, man, it's hitting every industry, no doubt.
How do you feel about this this move that seems to be happening a little bit toward these multi-manufacturer sponsorships where, EV7 is grabbing some folks and then Infinite's got their deal? Like, you think that's going to be the future, or do you think this is like a segment of the population that's just going to stay this size?
Go ahead, take it.
I think it's sort of going to stay that size. It might grow a little bit. I think that there's some people really seek that out because they like throwing mixed bags.
Yeah.
Like throwing a mixed bag is something I really like to do. I'd feel a little weird throwing like all one manufacturer just because I don't know, just limiting your options is kind of dumb to me. But I think there is a way to capitalize and make money off of it for these players.
Yeah. If you're getting paid to do it, it's definitely a smart decision.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, 100%.
I just think that like an MVP and Discraft are going to throw money at people to keep them away from that.
Yeah.
But I don't see it like growing that much.
I can agree with that, especially for the top players. I think it probably will be just one manufacturer, but I love that it's starting to happen out there. Like Drew's the prime example of EV7 and Infinite. And I think that there is a market for sure for us to be like the premier sponsor for a player. You look at like Ezra, the year that he blew up, he was able to throw whatever he wanted, but the money that a manufacturer can offer is going to trump what we can offer every time. So they need to find value. The player themselves needs to find value in being able to throw those different shots. Like before Ricky mastered the pig, because he's throwing the heck out of the pig now, like it looked like he was missing the harp a little bit. You know what I mean? And so was that harp not having that maybe cost him a few strokes? Obviously now I think he's doing just fine. Innovo has a very full lineup. So.
Even James early this year before he won Worlds was like he struggled a little bit early on.
There was some stuff that flipped over. You're like, why did that flip over?
What's going on right now? Like James doesn't look like James. But.
So you're looking at like a contract dollar value versus can I potentially win these bigger tournaments if I have a mixed bag? And what does that look like for my career? As the purse starts to grow, you might see it a little bit more, but right now, like the contracts that manufacturers are given are dwarfing the purse, and that might exist for another 5-10 years. Hopefully those purses jump up quick, but
yeah, hopefully we get like I don't want to say Budweiser, but let's say we get a big craft brewery or something to jump, a Brewdog or something
Sierra
like that.
Nevada.
Sierra Nevada I don't know why Sierra Nevada hasn't, honestly.
I mean, they sell discs at their store.
And so does Sweetwater in Atlanta, and they actually do photographs. Like their internal pamphleting has a bunch of disc golf in it, but they don't really do anything. They don't. You go in there and ask for sponsorship money, and they just kind of You guys also have a fairly stacked team. Like you have world champions on your team, and then you also have, arguably a GOAT on your team.
We have two GOATs.
Two 5 times on your team.
Two
Actually,
5 times.
And one of them is really 11 times when you get into freestyle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you also have like Leah Jenny, who we love. She's from Atlanta. She's one of our homegirls. But she's a year and a half into the game. She's a PDGA board member now. She's coming from Ultimate. Like you guys have a hugely or widely varied team. What is it you're looking for? Like you guys seem to have some huge contracts, and you have some folks that you really looked at and said, this is for us. And what was it about some of those lesser known names for you?
Leah was easy for us. Just we interact a lot on Twitter actually. And she's just awesome.
Yeah. Like
it just clicked. And then like with Leah and stuff, Leah kind of led us to Ella Hansen also.
Right. Bagel powered.
Yeah, who's just awesome, who's great, and she bombs the disc. And a lot of this, like we have a handful of people that is just the vibe felt right, the people that they are trumps even like how good of disc golfers they are. So like that's just cherry on top for us. Like that's what we look for. And like social media presence is huge. You can reach so many people these days via social media that it's easy. Like Ezra is another example of just that YouTube. Like he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah. I mean that's a huge point. If I'm sure you guys get emails all the time, or you get forms all the time, form fed stuff all the time about sponsorship stuff. What can you tell someone? I mean, if they're reaching out to sponsors, whether it be you or somebody else, what can they do to stand out from the crowd? What makes you guys go and take a second look at somebody?
Again, like what he touched on as far as social media reach is great. I think the number one component is just being a good human. You know what I mean? Like that matters a lot as far as representing the brand. And it honestly is so tough to like vet that from a distance. Like our whole team, as far as like regional, started, you know, close, and it was people we knew. It was local tournament directors and just, you know, guys and girls that was like, you're awesome to hang out with. You're great on the course, and you happen to be a good golfer. Like that's a bonus. But as far as like if I'm writing an email and trying to get sponsored, I would say reverse engineer it and what can I do for you? Because as soon as we sign that deal, I'm like, hey, what can we do for you? You know what I mean? Like, what is it exactly that you need? Whether it's an AM player, whether it's a pro player, like, you know, what is it? How can we help you best? Because it changes a little bit for everybody. Obviously, all the, you know, the pros, it's like, hey, we would like cash. We'd like, you know, tournament entry fees paid for. We'd like discs. And that's the easy answer. And back to Ezra again, I loved that his answer right away was, I want exposure. Like that's what I think you guys can provide for me. And it's at very little cost to us, you know, at that point too. Yeah. So I think, reverse engineering it and, you know, what is it exactly that you can provide to your potential sponsor makes it such an easy yes. When you go, hey, here I am, I'm playing these tournaments. I have this social media channel, whatever it might be, like, you know, brag, boast. What are your assets? What do you bring in? And how can we help each other?
Yeah. And Aaron, this might be a good question for you. What do people need to stop doing when they start sniffing around for sponsorships?
Telling you how good you are as an AM2 player.
Well, I'm out, fellas. I'll talk to you later. See you.
No, because most people are like, hey, I'm an up and coming golfer. Like, oh, awesome. That's cool. I play an AM2. I'm 870 rated.
But listen here.
But you know, I'm big on the scene.
And then they like don't have much other than that. Like, oh, I've been practicing a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. Like, great for you. That's what you should do to be a better golfer. But it doesn't necessarily like translate into helping people grow the brand or grow the sport necessarily. Like if you're a TD, put that first. Like
sure,
that stuff is great. Like you can reach a lot of people. You're helping grow the sport in a positive direction.
Volunteer efforts towards the sport go a very long way for us. And like, you know, that's not to say that there aren't 870 rated AM2 players that aren't deserving, because there are.
We've signed 870 rated AM2 players that are deserving, but they didn't come like straight up with I'm this, and that's all they have.
Here's my highlight reel. Here's my sponsor.
Yeah.
Like skateboards.
We sign 870 rated AM2 players so that Aaron's not the worst player on the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love it. That's
I gotta outdrive somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, the forehand roller is in your. You can find it.
That's my jam.
Yeah.
Aaron, so you do mostly like a lot of the media stuff, you said.
I do a lot of Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, that type of stuff.
Do you help the OTB team with their Instagram posts and Twitter posts coaching actually? No.
I guess not true. I have talked to some players about it, more private conversations and nothing really specific. My whole thing is just post more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop worrying about the quality of the post. Just post more, because what's good to you might not be good to everybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's one thing we do pretty well here, or we have in the.
We did early on.
We don't post as much now, just because of some of the headaches that come along with posting and not having the inventory. But if we could, we'd post everything. And part of the great thing is we had 3 or 4 people posting on Instagram. And so you got 3 or 4 different perspectives.
Yeah, different
styles of posts and stuff. And it brought a lot. Like Sammy used to do the orders of the day. This is batch 1. This is batch 2. And it was like something I never would have thought of, but it was a hit with everybody. Everyone loves seeing their order.
And what other people were ordering too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh dang, a bunch of Firebirds going out today or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had any Firebirds. Let me go in and grab 6 of them and sell them on DDGA. Yeah, perfect.
Well, and the players too, like the players on our team were like, oh, I'm seeing a bunch of my discs go out. And that was cool.
That's real cool. That's
Paige is like, damn, you guys moved a lot of fierces today.
Yeah.
So what's the advice to spruce up the social media game? Is just post more?
Post more, different perspectives, things you wouldn't do normally.
Yeah, and see what hits.
Because something you think is dumb, like I've thought things were dumb as hell.
Yeah.
And someone posts it and they're like, well, that was successful as
and try different platforms. Like don't be afraid to mess around with like a TikTok or you know, stuff like that, and just see what works in different spots. And
Yeah. If you put all your eggs in the Instagram basket and one day Instagram just shuts down, what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
So branch out, spread it out. You might reach. We're on LinkedIn, and like we get 5 people seeing our posts a day.
Yeah, we have no use on LinkedIn. We're gonna do it.
But in 5 years, LinkedIn might be Facebook, and we'll already have the head start and the foot in the door.
Do you have LinkedIn
it.
set up on like an auto post from somewhere else, or is
No.
it like do you have to log into LinkedIn and go, "Hey guys, no,
LinkedIn.
I don't need to send you my resume. I just want to talk about the Firebirds that just showed up."
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. I post. I'll throw our podcast up sometimes. I'll ask some questions. I actually tag Finlay a lot, so shout out to Finlay. They make
Great hats.
Yeah, they make great hats, and we have a lot of them on our. We work together a lot, do a lot of runs of them. So I shout out them a lot. They're pretty active on there also.
Heck yeah, that's an interesting perspective. I know we talked about this earlier a little bit about you guys being some of the first to do individual disc photos and also these tangible qualities that people want to know about their disc, the flatness, the firmness, things like that. How much time did you spend making the decision to do that? Was there math? Were you writing it down on a napkin like, well, this many hours we're gonna have to do? Did you spend time justifying it, or did you just knew it had to be done?
Knew it had to be done. The one that I wavered on for a little bit was scaled weight. I go, damn, am I really gonna have to like go through and rescale all the discs that are online? That sounds like a chore, and we're not providing any like new plastic to people, but we ended up just kind of phasing it in and starting it out. But that was one that I hesitated on. Otherwise, flatness, stiffness, it mattered so much to me to be able to describe that as a differentiator, between us and other people, because a lot of people were doing pictures at that point, and certainly more now. And yeah, any new retailer getting in the game, you better, like you're saying, the gold standard, you better at least take a picture of every disc. I think it's huge. You are going to lose a little bit of time. It's definitely an effort, but I think it pays off, and customers are more likely to shop with you.
Yeah, that amount of time you lose is kind of like that old anecdote about, a bad day of disc golf is better than the best day at work.
Yep.
So like the bad day of taking pictures of a disc is better than, any day at another job.
Sure.
When it comes to judging those criteria, which one of those has caused the most like arguments? Like which one is the most subjective that you guys get the most like frazzled about? Like, no, it's definitely a 5 Domi, dude.
Yeah.
Like
I would probably say it depends on the mold.
It could. I would say we've had really good arguments about both. And
you probably spend more time on Firebirds, I think, than anything else, probably.
I grade Firebirds so tough. Like they better be flat, and if they're not flat, like it's somewhat Domi.
Do you put them on the table and like tip them to see like a little bit of that sometimes?
No, it's pretty much just the eye test. We give it a look, but
we do the bend too with the stiffness, so we bend it against ourselves and
But
are the people who here's a dumb question. Are the people who are allowed to make those decisions in a different echelon than the rest of your employees?
We honestly, I would love to have everybody have the ability to load discs and deal with this, insane problem.
But not everybody's a winemaker, man.
Yeah, not yet. But we have
4?
Yeah, we have 4 of us right now that are loading, and all of our desks are way too close together for argument's sake.
Yeah.
But so we're constantly going back and forth. Like, what do you have on this? What do you have on that one? Sometimes I'm, a couple beers deep, and I'm like, dude, how Domi is this? I've gone back and forth 10 times. Is this somewhat Domi or is this neutral? I cannot figure it out.
Is this a pop top or a heartbeat? Like, where does that fall? Like, which one's is the heartbeat? The heartbeat is going to be less Domi than the pop top, would you say?
I mean, they're both kind of just synonymous, but the heartbeat is just a boom, boom, that sound. You know what I mean? It takes, honestly, maybe a certain amount of stiffness in order to get the heartbeat too. So it's kind of a combination.
Yeah.
But dude, and like what color a disc is can be tough too. Like
blurple. Everything's blurple.
Yeah.
You guys probably touch so much plastic. I mean, you guys probably know absolutely every single like mold of every single manufacturer.
We
are to the T. Like Innova has multiple destroyer molds, obviously. Can you tell the difference in those?
I could tell the difference in the 2 pig molds.
Yeah, they might very well have 2 pig molds, but
I almost for sure have 2 pig molds.
There's some angry pigs out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some rumors that like, one mold does not leave that single machine for like weeks on end at Innova.
I've heard that same thing. We have no inside intel, but like just random rumors. I've heard that same thing, that I think they have machines dedicated to destroyers. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they are coming out a little, little different off each one. And some people don't like that and there's inconsistencies and I, understand that point of view, I love it. Let me get a destroyer that's flippy out of the box. Let me get one that's beefy out of the box. And they feel basically the same. And now it's filling slots in my bag. I spin that in the positive. I kind of like it.
Yeah. I actually used to work for Prodigy back in 2014 when they first started, actually. So I got to see the whole process and see like kind of how they started doing things. And I mean, every disc is going to have, every manufacturer, I should say, is going to have some sort of, difficulty in producing a disc.
It's tough, man. I got to imagine you probably now know more than I do about the disc manufacturing process. We've tried to learn a lot, but it does not seem that cut and dry as far as they're not always going to fly the same. And I totally
like for every like 20 discs that would come out, I would say maybe like 2 out of the batch would just be like absolute crap and you have to regrind it.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's rough.
So I mean, it's not just that, and then like over time, that mold is it's constantly changing because it's getting heated up to X amount of degrees every single time. Yeah. I mean, the molds change, and some manufacturers stay on top of their stuff, and they keep changing their molds throughout the every X amount of years.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. They're producing discs, and we keep throwing them.
Yeah, that we do. We keep losing them too, man.
Yeah.
Lost a couple discs.
That's great for you guys. You must love when people lose discs.
As long as we have that disc.
But yeah, it is definitely
hate to hear it, right? You just
bittersweet.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Swinson, which has a lot of water.
Yeah.
So locals lose a lot of discs.
Yeah. It's rough. I empathize. I know that pain. We all do. Losing a money disc.
Oh yeah, dude. My bag is completely like I've lost a good bit, a couple of good ones last couple weeks.
Recently.
Yeah, it's rough.
If you could Frankenstein a disc from one manufacturer with a plastic from another one, what would it be?
I've thought about this before.
Yeah, or like mixed molds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
at the bottom of. Let's hear it.
Think about this.
Yeah, man, that's so rough. I guess I would go. Probably my favorite plastic is the Glow Champ. I'm a Glow guy. I love Champ. I'm in the minority with not really liking the Star or ESP type plastic. Dude, from Prodigy, I love that 750 because it's just stiff. It feels good. I like a slicker disc instead of too grippy. My hands get grippy, so I would maybe even do like a 750 Spectrum Firebird or Destroyer or something like that.
Dude, that would be gnarly.
Yeah,
you get
that's pretty rad.
I might. That's an angry.
I would love that actually.
I
would love that.
I actually think I'd go with like a crazy tough harp because I love that crazy tough plastic, or even like KC plastic.
Ooh.
But in like a harp, so it's like a nice and firm. I like the BT hard plastic, but I feel like it beats up a little quick at times.
Yeah, it kind of dents. It dents and dings a little.
Yeah,
all that plastic really does, honestly.
Yeah, but the crazy tough I've seen takes a little bit more damage.
Right. That's what you're saying.
What about you guys, and what do you guys bag?
Austin has to bag Prodigy.
Yeah, I was gathering that.
I'm sponsored by Prodigy.
D1.
What's your go-to like 5 molds from them?
750 H2, 400G H3, like both of the original ones, 400G D1s and 350G PA3s.
Yeah.
Nice.
400G M4.
Dude, that M4 feels so good.
M4s feel great.
Dude, M4s
I don't really vary far away from those.
Yeah.
M2
a lot of woods golf?
But yeah, I play a lot of woods golf.
Yeah, makes sense.
Trees Coast.
Trees Coast, yeah, for sure.
Trees Coast.
I'm an Innova nerd, so I had Innova and some Infinite. So basically, if I had to just pick 5, Wraiths, Rocks, Roadrunners, Gators, and I put with Polecats and throw Polecats. Like,
nice.
Like literally, like been doing it for a while. Love them. I've got like 18 of them.
You need to fly out to SF and do the Polecat round they do every year.
Yeah, the Polecat World Championships.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see this. I'm part of an Innova only Polecat group on Facebook now.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got the Chine, because Chine is the word for a group of polecats apparently, or Google Wisdom, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So
That's
yeah,
weird.
that's where I'm at. I don't know why I like the tomb a lot. The infinite tomb. I know I shouldn't be talking about infinite with you guys. You guys can't even buy that stuff, right? Yeah.
We actually
we
have
actually
a
can, yeah.
we have a OTB scepter.
We
collab.
did do
Oh.
a special run of the scepter.
Yeah, with the
I didn't
OTB
realize
stuff.
they were doing that like manufactured, like business to business like that.
They do a lot of wholesale. We have a great relationship with the guys at Infinite. I went out to Worlds to just kind of spectate and hang out and witness, the freaking greatness. And met with Infinite. And yeah, it's funny too, because like we should be, button heads and like bitter rivals or whatever. Talk to them at least once a week. Love all the guys and girls over there. They're
Nice.
killing it. They are who we've always like looked up to in this game. You know what I mean? And so it's nice to have a great relationship with them.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never would have thought. I guess people from Utah are very nice, so maybe they just were like they're just like Canadians almost. They're like American Canadians. They're just kind of like, oh no, that's fine. You go ahead. No, it's good. No, don't worry about it. Like that's Utah to me. So maybe that's why they're you can sell our discs. You sell them. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get our 8% or whatever it is. Yeah.
I like that Utah is the Canada of the United States. There's
Canada's got better beer for sure.
yeah.
But it's the weather's probably better in Utah. Yeah. So if folks aren't familiar with you guys outside of the retail aspect, you have the podcast network and you do some video content as well. Can you tell some folks about the podcast network, the 3 shows, what the difference is, how they all kind of fit into the OTB world?
We'll start with Jam with the Best. That's our like flagship podcast, one we started with. It originally was me, Danny, and Crash, who is the club president of our local club. But he's kind of doing his own thing a little bit now. So it's more like me and Danny interviewing people a lot.
And that started out as like a giant shit show in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like just day drinking,
Butt
talking
chugging
about
in
whatever.
bidets.
Yeah. Like
We had an audio podcast, and episode 5 was called The Drunkest Episode. And then we switched to the video, and it's been,
Little Tamer or what?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Little tamer.
Yeah. So now the shit show podcast is probably mine and Greg's podcast called Talking Around Things.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just talk about anything, basically. You can talk about round things or you can talk around things. So it's kind of our late night shenanigans.
A little basketball.
A little
heavy,
basketball
right?
heavy. We interview a new person every time, and they're normally our like kind of weird friends. And it works out perfectly. And then we have Hey, it's a disc golf news podcast. And it's on a little bit of a hiatus, but it's kind of our semi like 2 times a week news type style.
Pro tour heavy kind of thing.
Yeah, pro tour heavy, just chatting about what happened, what's going to happen, type of a thing.
Yeah, little 20-minute hits.
Yep,
But the jamming is like a couple hours.
Yeah,
usually.
we've gone some 2-hour things.
Yeah, every time we have Murder Mike on, we're like, I got to wear a fucking diaper because Murder Mike's here. He's going to talk my finger off. What part was that?
Well, we interviewed JK and Craig Kitchens from Idio Sports.
Yeah, I want to get. How is he? I want to get him on.
Great.
Yeah,
he's great.
I want to talk about
get him on
sneakers.
for
I'm a
sure.
sneakerhead, so I really
He
want.
knows what's up. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he'll definitely come on. Super easy to talk to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
What part of the OTB experience about the entire business takes up the most time, or might be the most tedious? Is it taking pictures of discs?
No, pictures is easy enough. For me, it's loading. Like especially
yeah.
when COVID first hit, I just kind of like put my blinders on and I was loading discs like 12 hours a day. I'm like, I can't do anything, go anywhere. Like I'm just gonna chill at home or come in the shop and I'm just gonna wake up early, load discs all freaking day until late at night and go to sleep. Like it takes maybe we've got it down maybe to like 40 minutes or so for a box of like 50 discs to do the loading. Pictures probably takes 5 to 10 minutes depending on the box. Like it's pretty quick. For me, it's loading.
For me, it's answering questions on the internet.
Oh, sure.
Like that, there's so many questions that come in, whether it's DMs or posts on Twitter, Facebook messages.
Do you pick a time and do it all? Like, is it like I just had my coffee, I'm going to go sit down and knock it out, or is it throughout the day?
I mean, it's throughout the day. I wake up in the morning, and one of the first things I do is just hop on my phone and check my emails and check all the messages, what's going on, seeing who's posted about us and whatnot.
So clean as you go, kind of.
Yeah, make sure there's no shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
Like every now and then you wake up and it's like the other day our website kind of was messing
slow.
around. It was slow, kept doing 504 errors. And I woke up to like 10 questions about it. And I was just like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, excuse me. I need to go see her. Oh God, one of those.
Yeah. Like, whoa. And yeah, so.
Yeah. Is the retail business is still paying all the bills, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yeah, the lights are still on.
Lights are still on. I mean, I meant more like if at no real numbers, but a percentage of the total take that OTB has. How much of it is retail? Is it 99%? Is it 80%? Is it? I mean,
it's pretty much all retail. We don't get the YouTube views or the
really?
podcast listens to have any revenue at all coming through that. We're laying the groundwork to hopefully have that one day, but I think free content and all that's the plan. So it's 100% retail.
That's crazy. I did not expect 100% to be the answer. I thought it'd be about 95. But do you think I have this theory that Foundation Disc Golf is trying to do like a mall store like Zoomies? Do you think that's happening?
That's actually kind of wild.
That's not the worst idea either.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Right?
They kill it with YouTube and all that, though. Like, it's so not even close. Like what we're able to do with YouTube views and what they're doing. Like their dedication to putting out the videos like that and still getting out orders, because we know how much effort it takes to list stuff and fulfill orders and all that. And the fact that they're still killing the video game is something that's super impressive and that, like, personally, I'm jealous of.
I just feel like they're going to end up in the mall and just like PacSun, all like the real disc golfers are going to be like, well, they're posers. They sold out and do that thing, right?
I mean,
that's
kind of what happens when you get a couple $1 million into
I mean, a couple $1 million. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I'm just saying.
It'd be hard to say no to that.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. How would you say no? How is me in my basement talking into my iMac or my MacBook Air going to say no to like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, and they would win in any like retailer disc golf challenge too.
They have Paul Macbeth on there too.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah, and he's showing his McLaren.
Paul Macbeth founding them.
Foundation them. Yeah, I was just a thought I had about this. I don't know. I just really feel like they're angling for like some sort of like corporate. Just they're gonna hit it anyway.
You can sort of see it. Their podcast looks like that, anyways. Their podcast like setup is sick, and it looks like they belong in a mall.
It's perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. You just walked into fucking Hollister.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't smell like Hollister.
Yeah, I know. It probably smells like disc.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. Maybe.
Anyways, so we're on to fun questions now.
We're gonna get fun questions now. Sorry about that.
You guys take down a big win, or you make a big deal as a company. What is the celebratory meal?
Beer.
Yeah, I think beer with the side of beer.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I'm not that picky when it comes to food. I like a lot.
I'm gonna say
maybe.
What's your favorite beer?
Our favorite beer. That's a hard one.
This one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Motorboating.
Shout out
It's
Motorboating.
their like flagship IPA from Morgan Territory. They had a beer that beat out Pliny the Younger in a blind taste test a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we've got a great relationship with them. Like here's one for you. We got 8 taps at any given time. We've got 8 beers on tap, and a lot of it ends up being from these guys.
Yeah, Morgan and Blaker.
At the shop?
At the shop. So there's perks of the job is you got free beer, you got a nice
you guys hiring or what?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Weather's about to get shitty here, bros. We can come see you. Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah, we'll hop in the Silverado and head over.
Hey, our doors are open. We'll show you the local courses too. Let's do it. We got Waffle House out here too.
We do?
Yeah.
You have Waffle House out here?
We've got one in Manteca where I live, just a
for
little
real?
south, and it's Waffle House, and then they changed it to like Waffle Cafe. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
I've never known that.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to see the whole menu for Waffle House and see what differs. I have a feeling we might be dealing with the Fugazi Waffle House, but we did have one.
Sounds like some propaganda.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you guys have the sunglasses and you already preempted 2 questions from now for me, but that's great.
Hey,
I want to know, for each of you guys, alive or dead, who would you want to be your celebrity doubles partner?
Alive or dead?
Alive or dead? Anybody you want. Everybody from Belushi to Murray to Snoop Dogg to Run the Jewels, whoever you want.
That's real hard.
Whoever.
Since I've asked him several times to be on our podcast and he hasn't read this yet, maybe he'll see it now. Will Smith.
Will Smith. I thought you were going to say like
Smith.
Drake or
No,
Kanye.
I want Will Smith to play me in a movie about me.
Okay. Are
He's
a
arguably one of the best actors
like,
I've ever
redo
seen.
Bagger Vance, but like Bagger Disc Golf kind of?
I love Will Smith since I was a kid. Like Big Willie Style is one of my favorite albums.
Okay.
for whatever reason. So
Man,
I
it's
love
like
them
you're
loud.
reading our script. It's like you're reading our script. But
That's perfect.
so Will
gonna,
Smith.
yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? It's football season. I'm gonna go Keenan Allen. I love my boy KA13. He's wild. That boy's eccentric. I want to see what the hell would be going on. I think I'm gonna have to carry him. You know what? If we were playing football too, I'd probably have to carry him there. That's all right. I got skill.
You're going to be the putter for sure. You're going to be hitting the putts. I'll give you that.
Yeah, more than likely. But I want to kick it with dude. I think that would be it. That was kind of a wild card. I had nothing prepared for that at all.
I didn't either.
So it's pulling that out of you know where. But I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, what's the walk-up music?
Just to
Going
piss
up to the
Aaron
first
off,
hole.
I'm gonna go Scatman.
Oh, boy.
Just because it's his least favorite song ever, and we're probably going to be on the same card, and I just want to get him out of his zone immediately.
It would work.
Hey.
That would work so good.
But then his song comes on.
I don't get pissed off as easily as he does, though.
No, and I play good music. Right now, I'd go something off of any song off of Vince Staples by Vince Staples featuring Vince Staples.
Okay.
Okay.
So, any of those songs off that album, it's pretty great. It's only 6 songs, I think. So
Are they all named Vince Staple?
no, they're not. But it's literally he calls his album Vince Staples by Vince Staples featuring Vince Staples because no one else is on it.
That's good.
Oh. Hell yeah.
It's like if you call the first Foo Fighters record Dave Grohl. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the guilty pleasure music? I think I know yours, Aaron.
Yeah, that's perfect. Scatman. That's my guilty pleasure music.
Yeah, right. Man, I don't know what qualifies. Something that you just don't want to admit or you feel guilty about.
Will
Yeah, like,
Smith.
do you get just like super?
You know,
buzzed
you get in the car and listen to
Batman's
Nickelback.
Fast Car comes on. Do you get like pumped for Alanis Morissette? Do you get pumped for?
Dude, I get so pumped for
Easy
Alanis
Music
Morissette,
Factory?
actually.
What's that?
Alanis Morissette is probably up there for me because I love Alanis Morissette.
Dude, my fiance just went and saw her like 3 weeks ago and said she got it. It's incredible. The show was fantastic.
Either that or Panic at the Disco.
Okay, Panic. That's a good guilty
That's
pleasure.
a good one.
Post Fallout Boy, but like pre adulty. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll go Coldplay. You know what? I could fuck with some Coldplay from time to time.
You guys are definitely in the spirit of the game there. I know it was hard to
Admitting
get
stuff that you don't maybe want to put out there. That's one that fully encompasses it.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair
some
enough.
Coldplay.
Mine would probably be Green Day. I grew up on Green Day, and like
I like
after
some
American Idiot, they're trash.
Dookie's
Trash.
great, though.
The old stuff's good. Yeah, Dookie's great. Nimrod was okay. I liked Insomniac. My favorite. Anyway, my most important question. I feel like you guys might have half an answer here. What are your Waffle House orders? And if you don't have one, what's your In-N-Out order?
Oh, I could rock both.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go Waffle House. You know what? I want some chocolate chips in there. I've got to go chocolate chips, and let's get some fruit on top too.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go blueberries. Let me get them antioxidants in my system.
Chocolate blueberry. Fantastic.
And then In-N-Out, we're throwing a bunch of meat and cheese on there. We're probably going 4x4.
Yeah,
We're
4x4.
going
That's where we're
grilled
going.
And then fries. Well, I do like the animal style fries, and I like animal style in general. But let me just get them fries well done.
Crispy potats. Yeah.
I like me some chocolate chips in my waffle.
Okay.
Probably where I'd end it, though. Just that and syrup, just all sugar.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's good in the morning. It's good at night. You know, it's great.
I'd probably get some hash browns with that.
Hash
Yeah.
browns, yeah. More
Yeah.
crispy potats.
Yeah.
What do you put on your hash browns? You got any toppings?
Ketchup. I'm a ketchup fiend.
Ketchup.
I love
No
ketchup.
cheese, no chili, no
I'll go-
jalapenos.
I'll go cheese. I'll go cheese on them.
Smothered in ketchup, huh?
I'll take
Smothered.
all of
I'll
that.
take all of that actually too. I'll
I
take
don't
some
think I'd
chili
go
on
ketchup.
it.
True West Coastians.
Yeah, I am.
I wouldn't go ketchup on top of all that, but yeah, give me the chili cheese dog version of the hash
I don't think
browns.
I'd go
I'm in.
ketchup on top of all that, but like if I were like hungover, resorting back to like what I want, it would just be ketchup and nothing else.
If you were using Waffle House properly as
Yeah.
an aid to your health, yes.
Yeah.
It's also good for cleanses. What about
Yeah, that's
In-N-Out?
generally what you go to.
And now I'm going 4x4 with some fries and a chocolate shake.
Regular fries, not well done?
Well done. Yeah, well done fries are where it's at.
Okay.
So what's up with the well done fries? They come out like brown,
Just a little crispier, a little
a little
crunchier.
crispier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better to dip in your Frosty, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are the In-N-Out fries? Are they crinkle cut or what?
Nah,
Just straight.
straight. They actually cut them if you're driving through the
Straight,
drive. They got a big ass window you can watch, and they'll like chop the things in front of you.
It's like we got
Are
Krispy
they
Kreme with the
are
hot
they pretty
sauce.
big? Are they like McDonald's or are they bigger than McDonald's? I don't
They're-
think I've ever been to In-N-Out.
They kind of have some like.
A
It
little
depends on where
smaller
you're
and
at.
They
thinner.
got some
They're a little
girth to
bit-
them.
No, they're a little smaller and thinner, but like if you get to the very ends of it, it's like a lot of little small pieces.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of like a lot of potato.
No,
Like
it's
Chick-fil-A sometimes can be a little too much potato in the fry.
They're also not open on Sundays.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the only
that's
time,
the
the only
worst
time you
part.
ever want it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not open.
Hey, I want to hear from the experts. What do y'all do at Waffle House?
All-star plate, scrambled eggs, bacon, toast, hash browns instead of grits, bacon, extra bacon, and a waffle with peanut butter and chocolate chips.
Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, extra pickles, double hash brown, well done, scattered, smothered, covered, dice, capped, and sometimes country. So big time.
Damn, that's like
That's a lot.
that's like a
Wow.
girl going up to Starbucks. Like that's a whole lot of things after the entree.
I want to
And
vent.
everybody in the South can tell you it.
Nice.
I've probably been to Waffle House 10 times.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I don't remember the menu like all the way.
I'm
When
a
I go
rare-
there, I love
I
it.
only remember the menu because it's normally like when I'm coming to. And that's like the first thing I
I think
remember.
I've only been there like before midnight, like twice. I guess it's always before midnight.
It's
but-
normally by the time you go to Waffle House.
I've only been into Waffle House twice when the sun was shining.
yeah, that's probably the better. That's probably the better.
No, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Don't
Yeah,
go.
The first time I went to Waffle House, I think I was 15 in Florida.
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
real
yeah.
ass waffle. That's like we live in Waffle House Tower. If you see like a graph of all the Waffle Houses, Atlanta's like a tower peering over the country, right? But a Waffle House in Florida is like a different experience. Like that's terrifying.
Crazy. It's
That's-
crazy.
I was in Orlando like 3 weeks ago for Worlds or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking Florida, dude. No.
Did you
What
win?
are people?
No, dude. I'm the 232nd best disc golfer in MA2 that weekend in Orlando.
Perfect.
Crushed it.
Shoot him an email about sponsorship.
Yeah, you want a sponsorship?
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, no, I'm like 200. I'm like 894 rated, man. I got a bunch of friends. Like I'm coming up. I practice a lot.
How much do you practice? Yeah,
I practice a lot. I throw like 30 putts a week for sure.
perfect.
Around. Anyway, sorry.
The front nine.
You guys got any superstitions on the disc golf course?
Yeah, I've got one. I don't step on the tee pad before or after, like I'm about to throw. Like as we're walking off the tee, everybody's thrown. I don't step back on the pad.
I didn't even know
Right.
that, and I
Yeah.
played with so many rounds
You
with
played
you.
a ton of rounds. I don't step
I've
on it
never
before my
noticed
turn
that.
or after. I don't know why.
I'm the opposite. I had to walk all over that thing.
You're moving.
Try to
my
get rid of
feet off.
superstitions. I try to get rid of all superstitions that I possibly have.
Do you have any weird like I gotta touch a disc 3 times or I gotta like anything? Nothing.
I will spin my disc in my hand while I putt until I feel comfortable.
Okay,
Little
sure.
Paige
You've got a
Pierce,
little
okay.
like groove.
Yeah, it's not really like a set superstition, but I will have. There's a feel thing where I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I don't feel good. I'm going to spin this around until I feel good.
I've got another two where I like the stamp's got to be faced up. So if I'm forehand, I'm grabbing it there, and if I'm backhand, I'm grabbing it there.
Shout out
Me,
Heimberg.
I grab a lot at 2:00. I put my thumb at 2:00 a lot.
I like to aim with the stamp, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Ooh. I also don't like
the
putters
line with it.
stamps on it.
Yeah.
You don't like stamps
On putters.
on putters? Okay.
Yeah, the shininess can get into your eyes sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I hate it, but I do it anyways.
Yeah.
Is it true? Is it true that some of your pros just threw in on some folks during a skin taping?
Dude,
Supposedly.
I did see that. And then like that was actually what made me pull up the skins like quicker than I would have. And like I think I saw it on like the Dixon Jowers podcast thing, the On the Box, another OTB, shout out that. And I'm like, did they really throw in on people? And then Kev was like, are there people down there?
The dude saw him. Like,
Whatever,
he-
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It looked like it frustrated some people, and I get that. And read a little bit more, and I guess they had like missed the tee time. And someone else went in front. I don't know. Weird situation. You don't ever want to be thrown in on. And it did seem like Big Germ was like, we're doing this. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it was funny because like when you were on the show tonight, I was like, I opened like wake up in the morning, open up Twitter. I'm like, oh, I gotta talk about this tonight. Okay. Well,
Yeah, not something you truly want to endorse. At least in that situation, it seemed like no harm, no foul. But
yeah, when I jumped in too,
to
because like
encourage.
during tournaments, you get a lot of people like it's a par 4. Like I'm not gonna reach them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you hit something and make noise, like if your disc hits a tree and makes noise while this guy's trying to putt, you're going to
Also
feel just
practice
as
round.
bad. What's
Sure.
that?
I feel like that's less of a thing in practice rounds.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. No, not today.
But don't
Not
throw in
this.
on people ever. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
that's my feeling. Don't throw in on people. I've gotten mad at people for it. So
I've gotten hit by a lot of discs. Well,
Yeah, it
maybe not a
hurts.
lot. I mean, that sounds dangerous, but like gotten hit by discs before. If I'm gonna get hit, maybe get hit by someone famous would be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
What's
hit by
your
a bunch of
worst?
people.
Both of y'all. What's your worst?
I just want to get hit by somebody that yells four first.
That does matter.
Like for Pete's sakes, like if I'm gonna get hit, just like at least let me know I'm about to get hit. Is my only
Yeah.
suggestion.
So you guys have been hit. What are the worst times you guys have been hit each?
I've been hitting here in this building pretty bad actually. I got hit in the shin once.
Yeah.
It was kind of
The
like
shin's the worst.
it was kind of like a post bar thing, and we came back here, and there was some
So it's like skipping or something?
there were some new players that didn't know what the hell they were doing, and they like smacked me in the shin, and I got like a little welt. But actually, my worst hitting somebody story is I actually hit somebody. Rest in peace, Ron Randazzo,
Oh.
our good friend. But
He didn't kill
I
him.
didn't kill him. I didn't kill him. I promise. I thought I did.
Oh.
I threw a grenade as a second shot on the hole, and I didn't know he was walking around the green.
Oh God.
And I hit him like in the chest, and he like
From
dropped
above.
to a knee, and I was like, "Oh!" I felt so bad. It was awful. That's the worst. That's the worst I've ever seen anyone.
Why are you throwing a grenade out in California? You don't even have any trees.
We got some trees. It was at Mickey Grove. They got some trees, and I was in a weird
They're
spot.
palm trees.
Nah, it's SoCal. We don't got palms. We got oak trees here.
We do
Oh,
have
okay.
giant oaks
Okay.
that you can't throw over most of the time.
Yeah.
What about you getting hit, Danny?
Mine was probably when I was a little bit younger and was sitting on the back of like a picnic table and close enough, I guess, to one of the baskets that it came in and like skipped off the picnic table, hit like a water bottle, and then got me like right in the back of the head. Thank God for that water bottle. Slow it down a little bit. But then I've got another story too. Like the worst I hit somebody, I think was during a tournament and sort of crossing fairways, and maybe I shanked it, maybe I didn't. And I was throwing a forehand roller and it bounces, and we're yelling four early, and it bounces and guy's trying to get out of the way and he jumps and it hits him right in the nether region. I felt pretty bad about that. His name was Mouse. And we were calling him like Squeaky Mouse after that.
Squeaky Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'm good, guys. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so. If he didn't jump, he would have caught it like in the ribs or something.
Yeah, very well might have.
That's a
Maybe he caught it underneath the armpit.
Yeah,
He
only
was
75%.
slick with it.
Yeah.
Just stop it from moving.
Yeah. So, are you a fan of the 2-meter rule?
No.
I think there's already too much luck.
Aaron already looked to the side of the camera.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
already too much luck and randomness in this game, and the 2-meter itself is already, it feels really arbitrary. Like why not?
Like, who carries a tape measure with you?
Yeah.
So not really a fan, but I also still kind of believe like if it's up in the tree and you can't throw your shot, there should maybe be some penalty to that, especially with the thinner trees we have around here. You're just taking it near the trunk and it's probably not going to affect your shot too much. Over in that East Coast shrubbery, it probably is hurting you a little bit more.
Yeah, that's why like nobody on the East Coast runs 2-meter
Yeah,
anymore.
we call it a California rule.
Oh, it is a
To,
California.
to me,
It is a California rule.
I really like the rule in like principle. I think it makes sense. Like if you can't just crash into some trees.
And yeah, you don't care if
Right.
it pops or not,
Yeah, but like when you watch it happen and you see which discs stick at 2 meters and which discs don't,
yeah,
you're like, why? Like that disc was a much better shot, and it's an awful throw. Or
Right.
this awful throw like doesn't get punished at all. So
yeah.
That's
Every
kinda-
tournament we're in, just about though, is definitely 2 meters.
That
That's
sucks.
crazy. Yeah.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah, you hate to hear it.
Hey, so while we're on the subject of rules, what about step putts?
I'm a jump putter. I love it.
Everything outside of 33 meters exactly. You jump
33
putt.
meters?
33 feet, sorry.
99,000 feet.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, at 33 and a half
33 feet.
I'm a little K Jones like that. I straddle putt too, so
It's another one that I would like to see it maybe moved to like circle 2 or something
or
outside
even like
circle 2.
45
2.
feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
45, 50, I think is where the circle should be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little harder then to make those circles logistically. It wouldn't be difficult for like Pro Tour, or whatever, but your local C tier trying to enforce 50 is a little tougher. Hey, am I out? But I think it could
I
be
wouldn't tell you to walk it off every time.
Yeah. Hey, I could use the walk. So
Yeah.
Just grab you one of those Bushnells, Bubba. Just grab it.
Yeah.
Just
right.
tie that thing up.
51. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
What needs to change to the PDGA to make disc golf harder? Does disc golf need to be harder?
Smaller baskets.
You like
smaller baskets?
I think smaller.
Are we talking like macro baskets or like the marksman basket, the bullseyes?
I think it could be a little bit wider than a bullseye, like double chain, but also shorter. So, like, I don't know about, have you seen Cam Todd's basket he made?
No.
I don't know if you can find that, but find that. It's sick.
Cam Todd's going. It might, might
He
not be able to
posted
get
it on Facebook. I don't know. It was probably a year or two ago. And it was super cool. It was a little shorter, a little bit narrower. I feel
a
like
couple chains off it and just like shrunk it.
Yeah, I feel like they would catch better too. Because I feel like a lot of these baskets were made back in the day when people were throwing Zephyrs and
Lids, yeah.
9-hole frisbees. So
those were the original dimensions, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
So just shrink it down a little bit, and then Rick will be making 45 footers like they're 12 footers rather than like 65 footers like they're 12 footers.
Dude, Rick's dirty. He might be the dirtiest putter out there.
Yeah,
very, very possible.
and if you watch the live coverage today, they were canning like KJ canned 110 footer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, like nothing, and it looked like you were just like.
Yeah, like
one out the gate.
Yeah, like between Calvin and Rick, like just jamming putts in from 70 without jumping.
Okay, if Calvin's making putts, he's probably on the lead card, right?
Yeah.
It's close.
No,
It's close.
Yeah.
I think I might be able to. I'm gonna see if I can get this photo of the Cam Todd basket because I saw it. It is absolutely different looking.
Yeah, he has his own like unique take on it. But
I can't. It's a stupid iPhone thing. I can't show it to you. But if you look up Cam Todd basket on Google, it's the first thing that pops up.
So perfect.
Yeah. It's a weird. It's got a funny little like shuriken starry top too, which is
it's not a weird top, but like you can make it more standard than that and but the same size.
Yeah, I mean between everybody here, I think the PDGA just needs a whole modernization kind of a feel going forward.
Well, hopefully Leah brings a little bit of that too. Your girl.
I agree with that. We will see what she has to offer, but
Yeah, I think she'll be good. I'm interested to see if she can get anything she has to offer into the program. Like, when we interviewed Mena Kelly, and it was I'm not gonna lie, I was a little perplexed at the way the entire mechanism worked when we spoke to him because we started talking to him, and I'm like, this is really how this works. Like this guy, you know what I mean? It was a little shocking. Are you really
the president? Like, what?
A lot of people were shocked about that, and then to find out that the board of directors is kind of a steering committee. That's just this, amalgam of whoever gets the votes, and I hope that Leah's got good ideas, and I hope that whatever Leah has as a good idea can get to the PDGA. But I'm not sure. The PDGA is not in Mena Kelly's image. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have that much influence on it. And that makes me worried for the people who really want to make a difference if the board of directors is the way to go or not.
It's slow to turn that big ship. You know what I mean? It takes a while. And it's tough in a sense. You're trying to
big old fucking cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think about the things they've had to deal with where a giant influx of players.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things they got to deal with in that, just logistics alone. That maybe they're not quite staffed or ready for it. And they need to
start paying their employees is what they need to do.
Yeah, this jump in the sport has really helped, but it's also hurt a lot of things.
It's exposed some bottlenecks.
Yeah,
sure.
Exposed some bottlenecks. Yeah.
Do you think there's a world, and I personally do think there's a world where the DGPT picks up some of the PDGA's responsibilities, the NADGT picks up some of the PDGA's responsibilities, and the PDGA works as an advocacy first organization?
I think they already have.
EA, the USGA of golf,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Pro Tour is kind of not running, but like facilitating in the help of running the national tour.
At least the live broadcast.
Yeah, the live broadcast and that stuff. And you have Paige out there advocating for Jeff Spring to run everything now. So
right. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's proven it.
Dude, he's so good. He's so calm and collected at all times.
Dude, if he has time in his schedule, y'all should get him on. He'll have a beer with you. Super easy to talk to. He's a busy man right now, but he's
a very busy guy. We'll have to get him in like November, January. It's funny because I met Danny Voss, who's the media guy for PDGA at AM Worlds, and he came up and he's like, he now has to tell people at the PDGA whether or not they're allowed to come on our show. So I have to hit up Danny and be like, Danny, we want Jeff, please. Can you tell Jeff he can come on, please?
Yeah.
I wonder
don't
if
think
that's the
Jeff
same
would-
for us.
yeah.
We made the PDJ mad once too.
Oh, we
What did you guys do?
We talked
Hey,
a little bit
guys.
of crap on when they canceled Worlds. We actually had Paige and Nate Perkins on
in-house.
in-house the day they canceled Worlds.
Ooh.
And it's
Yeah.
like Paige, easily the favorite at that time, and is like missing an opportunity in her prime to have a world championship title. And it's tough, and like we get it, and we were wrong on some of the facts that we had on there,
Yeah.
but it was like it's tough. That it was cool to get the raw emotions from them for sure, like right when it hit, but empathizing so bad for what they were going through in that moment too, knowing that it changes the course of their career, at least in some small way.
That entire podcast was nuts, though. It was like early COVID.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like right after George Floyd got murdered.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, and then the Worlds got canceled, and it was just like three big things all like in a row. We kept talking about it, and I was like, dang, this is a crazy podcast.
It's been a wild 18 months for the whole world.
It's been a crazy year, dude.
And we're
It's been a
we're
crazy year.
complaining as disc golfers about the PDGA saying like, hey, maybe until this is figured out, don't go out and hang out with everybody. Like
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember that was such a fight. This podcast was born out of that fight of people saying, well, the PDGA shouldn't tell us not to play. That whole thing. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was rough.
so did you get any like actual like direct kick or a hit back from the PDGA on that at all or no?
We've got some friends out there, and we actually had scheduled, I think it was like the day after we recorded, but we hadn't dropped the episode. We had Steve Gans, who worked for the PDGA for a long time. We had him on, and it wasn't released. And then we released that, and he listened to that, and he's like, he blew me up, and rightfully so. He was mad. We got some things wrong. Like, I think what we got wrong there was that they hadn't put out any reasons why.
Yeah.
And they had put out some reasons why, and they were valid enough, and still some disagreements or whatever. But yeah. And so then we had Steve Hill on pretty quickly after that to like, we're going to eat our crow. We're going to give you a spot. And then we're going to have some, civil disagreement or whatever on what could have been done, even though they obviously wanted to still run it and figure out a way.
Yeah.
But it was tough logistically.
What a weird world. I mean, we're all weaponized now with the ability to go live at any time we want to go live. We can say whatever we want to say, and everyone's going to see it. And it's a weird world for a niche sport to have such high drama, I think, is sometimes.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of drama in this little sport.
Yeah, I used to work at a
For
brewery.
real, dude.
Yeah, I used to work at a big brewery, and the number 2 guy behind his desk had a giant 8-foot banner that says, "It's just fucking beer."
Yes.
Times I would think to myself, it's just fucking frisbees, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just disc golf. Anytime I'm stressing like a hot release, say we release like Sexton Firebirds or the Macbeth prototype disc, and like we've got cart hold, which a lot of people like, and it's not flawless,
Right.
So we still have issues where whether the site crashes, and like, dude, I'm stressed. I run high with anxiety on that. I take a lot of it personal, and so like a lot of it, there is high stress level, but at the end of the day, it's just disc golf. Like we're helping people live out, their leisure sport and their hobby and their activity. And, watching these pros plays is amazing, but it's just disc golf at the end of the day.
Just disc golf. Yeah.
It does help, relieve some tension.
We're still not going to walk into a 5-star restaurant and find anyone who knows what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Probably not yet. Maybe in a couple of years. Yeah.
Hey, more and more for sure.
For sure. It's crazy. We're going a little over the hour. I want to hit you guys one time. I know you had a couple for us earlier. Any other questions or advice that you guys might have for us at Frolfcenter Magazine and Frolfcenter?
I will jump in right away and just say, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are killing it with that aspect. Like the video podcast, keep bringing people what they want to hear. And like, just to touch on what Aaron was, saying earlier, is just keep doing it. Keep doing it. I love all the different guests that you guys have had on. They're all way more interesting and important than us. So you took a big dip on episode, whatever this is, but
No, dude. I've enjoyed this freaking
This has been
episode.
fantastic. Yeah.
so like, just keep doing it, man. Keep reaching out to different people. Like you had, the Dickerson family on.
Schwebby.
So many people will say yes.
Schwebby.
So
Yeah.
it's just about firing off. Like, hey, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? And just keep being you guys.
Worst they can say is no.
Yeah, right.
That's
And
been
do
that's
it
been
up.
our philosophy.
Yeah, and I want to do like a merch swap or something too. I saw in the
Yeah.
preview, besides that, that luscious mullet that was, getting thrown around back there. All those different hats. I want
Dude,
to rock some.
I was
gear.
just gonna ask that. Where can I get that bucket hat?
The bucket hat is coming back out for the fall. So the fall
Hell
stuff
yeah.
will hit probably October, and we'll have a bucket back for October. It won't be this one; it'll be a little bit different, but
Cool. Oh, man.
you'll see it on the show. You'll see it on social media when we drop them. So
Nice.
Perfect.
If you guys ever want to run stuff on our site too, we're happy to increase basically your purchasing quantity. If you're like, hey, we wanted 36 of these buckets hats, let's make it 72 and we can run some on the site. Happy to talk about that anytime. So just hit us up.
I love what I'm hearing right there. Aaron, do you have any questions for us? Any advice for us?
Throw a big
That's
Z
it
Luna.
right there.
Throw a big Z Lunas. I love it. He's trying to get sponsored right now, guys. He practices a lot.
So much.
Just my favorite disc ever. So just throw the big Z Luna.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
you got any extra Big Z Lunas sitting around that
Maybe for one of you guys, I could spill
No,
up.
I'm good. I'm a polecat.
I'm-
I told you already.
You're a polecat guy and you're a prodigy guy.
I'm
So
about to get the. I'm about to get
I
the
might be in the market here soon. You never know.
I'll not get a DX Skeeter 134.
134.
They fly exactly the same.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'd be good in the headwind.
Yep.
All right, boys. OTB, Danny, Aaron, I've thoroughly enjoyed this hour and 15, 20 minutes now we've got going. Thanks for coming on. Tell the people where to follow you, where to do all that, and everybody buy OTB.
At OTB Discs everywhere. We got 3 podcasts, jamming with the best, talking around things. Hey, it's a disc golf news podcast. Go buy frisbees at otbdisc.com.
Yeah, check it out. Thank you guys, man. This was a lot of fun. Drinking beers, talking frisbee. That's
That's what we love.
I'm good at drinking beer. I don't know about the rest of it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll bring you back on sometime soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
see you guys.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
fellas. Ooh, that was good stuff.
Sheesh.
Hell yeah. Let me get the banners corrected here. Oh my God. It's been a while since I've had skill. There we go. Austin, you got anything before we sign off for the people?
I'm surprised you still got clothes on with tequila.
Oh, I know. I've only had one. I'm doing all right. It's like actually, it was a tequila that I took a Radler and put tequila in it, so it's kind of like a,
Oh, that ain't
it's
bad.
fine.
Nothing. I got nothing. I'm just gonna be hanging out, playing golf this weekend.
Nice. Where are you playing? Just
Langley Pond got canceled. I don't know if
Henry
anybody
Hamilton.
was.
I hope you feel better, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I
safe.
told him I was like, yeah, man, just keep my entry fee, do whatever. I just want one of those players packs because I heard he was getting quick sticks. So
Oh no, yeah, exactly. Eventually they're gonna show up. I had to buy one from Dynamic in Florida. But anywho.
yeah, but
definitely-
anyways, yeah. See you, Adam.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
See you later. See you. Hey guys, once again, if you want to win this Boomtown stamped, kind of ghosty red stamped trespass, just comment somewhere on our social media where I should go drinking in Charleston, South Carolina, because I'm going to be there this weekend. And my favorite restaurant that you mentioned, I'll send you a disc for free. It's really easy. Once again, don't forget on Sunday, go hang out with Johnny and Melissa Avery. They do a ton for Atlanta Disc Golf. This is their send-off. They're going to be back and forth a couple times before the end of the year, so don't feel like this is the absolute last time you're going to get to see them. But they're fantastic folks, and we love them, and we're going to miss them. I'm not going to be able to be there, so I want to make sure I let them know that. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching Frolfcenter. We'll see you next week.
Choppers, can I get a fucking oh yeah? Thank you.